Woo-wee! What a beautiful day out. Man, it is gorgeous. Although, man, if I thought last week was chilly, it is freezing this morning. Good thing I don't have to get in the water. I mean, as far as I know, anything could happen. I suppose I could still have to get in the water today, but, well, hey everybody, can you see me? Can you see me from way over there? Larry, are you ready to go? Are the cameras rolling? We're good? Okay, sweet. Well, hey, welcome back to another episode of the Revision Kids Extravaganza. We're so excited to have you here. It's the second week of our favorite show, Pop. And last week it was pontoon activities with Porky. This week, it's gonna be paddle boat activities with Porky. Silent B, I guess, something like that. Anyways, we've got an exciting episode for you. Holy whoa! Wow, there's a shark, Larry. There's a shark in there. Larry, what should I do? Wait, what? Sharks don't exist in lakes? Are you sure about that? Because that thing's huge. I don't want it to eat me. I don't want it to eat me whole. Whoa. Do we need to resume this episode later? No, you insist there are no such thing as lake sharks? That'll be okay? Okay. You sure, Larry? If it eats me, it's on you. It's on you. Oh, my goodness. Go away. Get out of here. That thing's huge. Anyways, we've got an exciting episode for you today. Today we are breaking records. That's right. We are going to break a world record for, I don't know if you've heard about it, elephant toothpaste. It's all the rage these days. Everyone keeps making videos and breaking world records here and there and here and there and here and there. So I thought, why not us? As far as I know, elephant toothpaste has never been launched off a paddle boat before. And so we're gonna break the world record for the largest elephant toothpaste explosion off of a paddle boat. Are you guys ready for this? Where did my activator go? Wow, I thought I lost it for a second. It was in my pocket. Thought I dropped it in the water. Anyways, we're gonna get set up here. Larry, is this a pretty good angle right here? We're good? Okay. The practice round didn't go so well, so hopefully this one works a little better. Don't explode on me. No, sit, boy. All right, hopefully this one's a little better. Anyways, holy smokes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, Betsy. Good governor. It still stinks. It still stinks. It's kind of going. It's kind of a cool foamy product. But you know what? I just don't have it today, guys. I just don't have it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I did wrong. I added the dish soap this time. Still rather lame. And I'm probably getting junk all over the lake, so I think it's biodegradable. That bottle isn't. I'll pick that up, I promise. Anyways, next week, maybe we'll do something cooler. Maybe we'll break a better world record. Anyways, I still think we got the record. I think this is a world record. Certified, right there, put it there. World record. Anyways, send it on over to Grant. We'll see you next week.
In the history of God's people, God often chose prophets who would share his words for everyone to hear. Now, Elisha was one of those prophets, and we actually talked about him a couple weeks ago, but this week we've got a new story for you. Now, there was also a king who was ruling over the Israelites at the same time. So when the story took place, the kingdoms of Israel and Aram were enemies. Now, Naaman was the army commander for the king of Aram, and Naaman was a brave soldier and a wealthy man, but he had a skin disease, one that no doctor was able to cure. Just imagine that, having a skin disease that you can't figure out how to get rid of. That would be no fun. Now, one day, Naaman heard from a servant girl that there was a prophet named Elisha in Israel. According to this girl, Elisha had the power to heal people. Naaman knew if he could just get to Elisha, he could be healed. But there was one problem. Remember how I mentioned that the two kingdoms were enemies? Naaman knew he had to get permission to go over to Israel, so he went to the king of Aram and told him what the girl had said. Now, the king of Aram told Naaman that he should go. In fact, he gave Naaman a letter to the king of Israel asking him to heal Naaman of his skin disease. So Naaman went to see the king of Israel and even took some expensive gifts. And when he got there, he showed the king the letter that the king of Aram had given him. Now, the king of Israel read the letter and was actually very upset. He thought the king of Aram was trying to pick a fight with him since he knew that he didn't have the power to heal. But Elisha heard what had happened through the grapevine, and he sent a message to the king of Israel and said, "Hey, tell Naaman to come see me." And so the king said, "Fine, whatever," and he let Naaman go see Elisha. Except when Naaman got to Elisha's place, instead of coming out to greet him, Elisha sent a messenger to deliver the instructions. And here's what the messenger said. He said, "Go, wash yourself in the Jordan River 7 times. Then you'll be healed, and your skin disease will be gone. You'll be pure and clean again." Now, Naaman was angry because Elisha didn't come out himself to pray and heal him, but Naaman's servants convinced him to go down to the Jordan River and do exactly what Elisha had said. So he went down, he washed in the Jordan, and sure enough, he was healed. Now, Naaman went back to Elisha's house after that, and he tried to give Elisha a gift to say thank you, except Elisha wouldn't accept the gift. And here's why. Here's what he said. He said, "I serve the Lord. You can be sure that he lives. And you can be just as sure that I won't accept a gift from you." Kind of interesting, right? So Elisha wouldn't take the gift, and Naaman left and headed back toward Aram. Now, Elisha had this servant who he trusted very much, named Gehazi. Now, Gehazi was very upset that Elisha wouldn't accept the gift. He thought, "What are you thinking? Why wouldn't you just take the gift?" Now, he figured maybe he could get something out of the deal. And so he ran after Naaman and he took off. So he figured he could go after Naaman and maybe get something for himself out of the deal. So he took off running after his chariot, and when he caught up to Naaman, he lied and told him that Elisha had asked for 75 pounds of silver and 2 sets of clothes. Naaman happily agreed. In fact, he actually gave Gehazi twice as much silver as he'd even asked for. After all, Elisha had just healed this crazy skin disease. So Gehazi headed back and hid the gifts in Elisha's house, and when he had gotten back, he thought he'd gotten away with this lie. But Elisha, because he's Elisha, knew what he had done. Gehazi stood before Elisha, and Elisha asked him, Where have you been?" And Gehazi lied again and said, I didn't go anywhere. So then Elisha responded and said that he knew the truth. He knew because his spirit had gone with Gehazi. And here's where it got really bad for Gehazi. Check out what Elisha said next. He said, "You and your children after you will have Naaman's skin disease forever." Huh? What? Yikes, that is brutal. Now, here's the deal, and the real moral of the story. Gehazi's lie had won him some new clothes, but it had cost him Elisha's trust. And unfortunately, he and his family ended up with Naaman's awful skin disease. Gehazi found out something really important that day that we need to know too. When you're not truthful, you lose trust. And that's our bottom line. Can we say it all together one more time? When you're not truthful, you lose trust. Now, we want people to know that they can count on us, like our parents, our teachers, our friends. We want them to know that they can believe what we say. We want them to have faith and be able to trust us, right? But if we're not truthful, they won't be able to. We'll lose their trust and things will go downhill from there. So let's learn from this story this week. Let's live honest lives, live lives that are trustworthy to the people around us. Okay?